Welcome to Calm in the Classroom. It starts with the teacher. I'm Nancy Siegel, and it's my pleasure to be your facilitator for this course. In our 2 weeks together, you will learn, experience, and practice new tools and techniques to bring calm into your classroom. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce myself to you. I began my career in the early childhood classrooms of Manhattan Day School and Magen David. Currently, I'm an educational consultant specializing in mindfulness education and children's yoga teacher training. I've taught children's yoga for 15 years and created and implemented educationally based and yoga-inspired programming that has resonated with school leaders, educators, parents, and children. By advocating, nurturing, and supporting teacher learning and growth, my work with educators has focused on mindfulness in the classroom, teacher social-emotional competency, student social-emotional development, and successful classroom management tools and techniques. This approach has given both seasoned and less experienced education professionals an opportunity to refresh, enhance, and support their existing techniques and capabilities. With an emphasis on self-reflection and calming techniques, educators, both administrators and classroom teachers, have been empowered with new ways to enhance and reignite the joy of learning in them and in their students. My track record shows that I know what it takes to make a good teacher great and a great teacher even greater. I founded and directed Neshima Yoga Center, Breath in Hebrew. An outgrowth of the Yoga Center was Caddy Camp, which stands for Circus, Art, Dance, Drama, and Yoga, and was a creative arts program for 6 through 11-year-olds. The Neshima Caddy Camp philosophy has helped children and educators find their inner voices and strengths. I have a master's in educational leadership and hold ERYT 200 and RCYT Yoga Alliance accreditations. What you will learn. The first thing we will be doing in our time together is finding out what methods you already use to create calm in your classrooms. That is assignment number 1. More on that later. You will watch videos of renowned people in the field. You will be challenged to find ways to link the tools you already use, if you are a classroom teacher, to the new ones presented in this course. You will also learn how to link these tools to classroom management techniques. From our time together, you will see how these techniques can lay the foundation for an ideal classroom, one that is safe, nurturing, and a learning environment that focuses on resilience, empathy, and other social-emotional competencies. Each week will offer a blend of both philosophy and practice, as we will focus on what it takes to bring calm into the classroom. We will focus on classroom management and mindfulness. Classroom management, or the ability to create a purposeful and supportive learning environment, is a central element of effective teaching, yet for many teachers, both new and experienced, it can be a daily struggle. And mindfulness, the ability to be aware in the present moment without judgment, is the best way to create calm in the classroom. You will learn different mindfulness techniques for you to practice on your own, as well as with your students. We will be discussing techniques for creating order and engagement in the classroom, and offer solutions for fine-tuning your own practices as well as deepening your understanding of student behavior. Hopefully, these new tools will help you become more confident, which will help you become more empowered, engaged, and excited classroom leaders. Today's children are the first generation in our history to grow up with so many distractions. Kids are less able to comprehend and less able to sustain a deep attention that they need in school. We need to help our students learn to focus as a self-care tool, because that's what will help them self-regulate. We didn't have to do this in the past. Kids could do it more automatically. We need to help them and give them attention training to help them focus. When there's focus, everyone behaves well because they feel well. But the work needs to start with the teacher. The training needs to begin with the teacher's own ability to practice and learn calming techniques. Starting with breath awareness is the best way to begin. When the mind wanders off, we need to bring it back with the breath. Every time it wanders off, bring it back. It's that simple. Well, it sounds simple, but actually it takes practice, and a lot of it. When you're able to do that, you're strengthening the muscle of attention. You're actually creating more connectivity in the brain cells in the circuits that regulate attention. We need to teach the ability to know how to pay attention because it is the very basis of the readiness to learn. You can't have a deep understanding without having the ability to sustain your attention and ignore distractions. Teachers need to be able to manage and sustain their own focus first in order to be able to teach their students how to focus. Practicing mindfulness is a great place to start. Being mindful lights up the left frontal cortex of the brain, the part that is tied to peace, happiness, and calm. This reduces the stress hormone cortisol, which suggests when we focus, we make better decisions. Keeping mindfulness in our back pocket is a valuable tool to keep us healthy, happy, and whole, giving us energy to perform better and giving us access to quieting, pausing, and even getting in touch with the self, which leads to new freedom to better navigate our reality. Paying attention and being aware reduces stress and will have a transformational effect on our educational system. Mindfulness provides a good excuse to unplug and chill out or disconnect to connect. This is something the teachers can do to develop their social emotional skills, not only to guard against long-term burnout, but also to help them deal with stressful events while they are happening. Calm down. We have all said these words at some point to a student, a child, a friend, a colleague, or even to ourselves. But the words are meaningless unless we know how. The best way to teach how to calm down is to first learn what it takes to be calm yourself. Learning tools to stop before you continue will be the very thing necessary to clear your head to help problem solve most effectively. Our reflexes are automatic and immediate. Teachers who can remain calm manage their stress much better. So how do you do that? All the teaching in the world won't mean a thing if we don't put what we know into practice. Like with any other skill, practice is key. So let's practice. Please go to the Apply section to find your assignments.